What's up, everybody? Gizmo Dragon here, and I'm bringing you another rant. And I have, League of Rage member with me, SantiagoTZ. Santi, say hi.
What's up, everybody?
He said hi.
Yeah, say hi.
So, if you guys don't know Santiago, he's League of Rage member, and he's badass, and he pretty much shares almost all the views I have on AC, except for the knowledge that I don't know of. And he'll call me out on my bullshit almost any time.
Yeah, you're kind of a bitch, but that's for another video.
Yeah, All right, but I'm gonna start doing these rants. This is gonna be a series of rants that are gonna cover most of the basic principles and mechanics and a lot of things that are within the Assassin's Creed multiplayer series. And we're gonna discuss our views and opinions on them and the best ways we think we can solve them, fix them, or just our overall opinions on anything that is within the game right now. And we're hoping to get out of this a way to better the game, how to make it better for everybody, and just make it a better experience than it is right now. And I'm pretty sure all you guys would love to hear that, so that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next couple of rants. So today we're gonna start off with basic mechanics and free running. So it's just we're gonna be going over a lot of different subjects, and each subject we're gonna go over our opinions on it, and then we're gonna go over how we think it can be fixed or what can be toggled or messed around with it. So,
yeah, but also we would like it to be kind of a way to start discussions on what the entire community thinks will be better for the game, to make it I guess more supportive towards competitive gameplay. So it's in the comment section, it would be nice to see what topics you guys want to see in the Ranting series, Ranting with Gizmo Dragon, and that you would like to be discussed, and maybe some ideas or kind of I guess a way that you would think that the game could be fixed or maybe upgraded or what. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah, guys, just feel free to let us know what you think. Just throw your opinions out there. Nothing's bad to mention an idea or whatever, but just remember, we're trying not to make the game. We're trying to throw out opinions, not for our own personal opinions on the game to better it for us, but to better it for everyone. So it's basically just don't think to try to, throw opinions out there to base around your style of play or anything like that. We're just trying to,
make the game better for everybody.
Better for everybody. Yeah, for everybody. So let's go with what we got off first. Right. We're going to go through the facts and stuff of what we know.
Yeah.
And we're going to compare it to ACB and AC3. We're not going to do ACR because ACR didn't have many changes from ACB.
Yeah. It was pretty much
and
the same.
Any changes that were there were not substantially important or game breaking. So, well, other than some things that we won't mention.
That we won't talk about.
But that's just obvious, so won't even. All right. First off, I'm going to talk about the basic walking, fast walking, jogging, and the running and sprinting that are within ACB and AC3. So as you all know, in ACB we had, what is it? Four basic walking and running speeds. So it was just a regular walking, then you had fast walking, then you had the jogging, which is just holding down RT or R1.
Whatever it is for Xbox. And then running, which is R1 and holding down X.
Or A.
Or A, okay.
And then of course you guys know that they combine the jogging and running and sprinting into one button and just holding down RT. There's no more jogging in AC3.
Technically you can do it, but what you have to do is not pull your analog stick all the way. But it's not a lot of people do it anymore.
That's really hard. And a pain in the ass. But yeah, it was a good move. It was a very good move on them to combine it, but it kind of left us off with it's just having really slow and then really fast. I have problems with it because I don't know. I don't want to be stuck at high speed when I need to slow down around a corner.
It's
or anything
sometimes
like that.
It's good to go slower, and it's when you need to run all the way and everything. And at the same time, I feel because now in AC3 everybody goes at the same speed, it's like a whole chase killing game all over the place.
Yeah, people don't know the difference. Like before, some people just jog the whole time, and they look straight up like an NPC running from you.
Yeah.
Because in the introductory session in ACB, it was just an NPC holding down RT or R1 jogging.
Yeah, not run
But
full
now,
speed.
yeah, but now everybody's running full speed, and regardless of what happens, everybody's in high profile because they just don't care to hold down RT. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
it's also kind of weird because I don't know if you noticed this, but on AC3, if you jog, like you rarely move your analog stick, it still drains your detection meter at the same rate than running does. It's like it doesn't matter how fast you move, your detection meter is draining at the same rate every single time.
See, I like that because we had different approaches we could take. Because of the jogging we had in ACB, we could do the twitch jog, that little twitch where you just tap it, tap it, tap it.
Oh yeah, everybody.
But it kept your meter from going down.
Yeah, like I remember
but
in Manhunt, you would just see like a team like spamming R1, like a bunch of creepers, and then you see them like wank 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 approaching to you.
wink, wink, wink. Yeah, it gave us more options. We didn't have just simple run fast or walk slow, and you know it's cool to have more options than less options. But if we're gonna have to deal with it, I guess it's okay that we have a merge button
Yeah, it's
to
like
allow
it
us
would be
to.
nice to have, I guess, more options, but at the same time, it's not like a mechanic that is very crucial for the game. But it would be
But
nice.
it was
Yeah,
nice
it was
for when
nice.
we
It
had
was
it,
nice to have.
and it's nice to control the camera
Yeah, it
now.
was nice to
So.
have 4 speeds. It was good.
So that's just basic opinions on that. There's not much we can talk about with that, but getting into at the end of the speed spectrum, running and sprinting, just the whole free running thing. So now we have pretty much the what you call it, the running and jogging and the whole free running thing is automatic. Can't even speak today. But
Today.
yeah, it's real. I'm just gonna throw this in here. It's really automatic. I'm not sure if you guys are okay with that, but before it was like you had to press a button
I feel
to
like
start climbing.
it feels really forced. Like I've been free running. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I've been free running since Brotherhood, and like in Brotherhood, well, you were free to go wherever you wanted to go, and it was like up to you the way that you would run around the map. On ACR, well, ACR is out of the question because there was a little something called Hook Blade, which ruined the game. And on AC3, it's really weird because it's like it doesn't matter where you point, the game will always make you jump in the same direction, and like items are very magnetizing. It feels really forced. It doesn't have that freedom feel to it that like ECB
Less
had.
freedom.
Yeah, freedom feel.
And that's what we really don't want. We don't want less freedom. We want more freedom. Because before, you know, if you were next to a wall, you could at least jog and not worry about accidentally running up the wall. You could at least jog next to a wall and be cool. But now you can't even do that. You would automatically just run up it, and you're like, I didn't want to run up this wall. I kind of wanted to run next to it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, maybe I'm trying to slip around the corner or something, but
Yeah, it happens a lot.
you can't do anything like
It
that.
happens to me all the time. Like for example, I'm trying to cornerstone somebody, and I end
Oh
up
my
running
God.
up the wall.
Running up the fucking wall. Well, that's happened to me since ACB, but that was because of wall runner, and
Oh, yeah.
that was my own fault. Because I'd be gone up the wall. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
but
I'm already up
yeah,
here.
we'll talk about wall runner later.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so next thing we have to talk about is the jumping. Oh God, the jumping and the free running. So now, well, before, you know, when you're in ACB, you could just hold down RT and A or R1 and X, and you would just jump to anywhere you pointed, and you would jump straight forward, a long distance, and to any object you want to. And the range, you could easily get used to the range. Like if you think you could make it to that object, you most likely could, and you would land on it and be steady on it, and you could go anywhere you want. Now they made it so in AC3, when you jump towards things, it works kind of the same, but now it kind of automatically makes you jump towards objects. Like, let's say you're on a box, like the box they have in Boston Harbor.
Yeah.
And they have those little smaller boxes under it. Let's say you want to jump towards somebody who's facing that smaller box, but he's like further off. You want to jump at him, but the game won't let you do that. It will make you jump towards the smaller box first, and all you do is a little bitty step.
Like that little step thing, and then contested kill.
And that's not what. That's another limiting of freedom that we don't really like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I don't
being
really
able
like
to
it.
free
Just
run
because
means
AC3
free.
has that feel that it it's constantly limiting your moves and your gameplay, especially with free running. And the whole, it's like on AC3, I don't know why it is, but you can free run technically, but those boxes or little walls or those little tents on the rooftops, the game keeps making you jump towards it when you're not even pointing that way. So
Yeah, you could
it's
be
kind of
pointing straight forward and you'd be jumping straight on the thing you don't want to go to. And a lot of the situations, you'll be jumping within roof range too. If someone's behind you and you jump down, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. But if anything, we would like to see the same. We'd like to see a lot less automatic jumping and free running, because it does help a lot of the newer players learn how to free run, how to jump to certain objects.
Yeah.
But forcing them to do it isn't helping them. It's not helping anybody if you're forcing a player to do anything within a game.
Yeah, exactly. Like now I feel like we should have, like, for the next game, I feel like we should have better free running mechanics, because right now it looks like everybody at least knows what it is. Like, if I go into any game mode lobby, every kid and their freaking mother is wall ejecting up every single little wall. It's like we should have at least, that feel of freedom that we had on ACB. I don't really know what it is, but items, like boxes, walls, rooftops, the game, like, your character is like, it just moves towards every single box in such a weird way that it doesn't really feel natural to me. It's kind of weird.
It doesn't. It feels like it's just, hey, get over here, and
Gravity,
yanks you to the box. But that going into that, we have the subject of jumping at locks. That was something that was introduced in ACR, and almost nobody likes it. I almost said lock it because it's so bad. But yeah, so if you guys didn't know what it was, it's when you're locked onto a target or pursuer, or hell, just an NPC. Maybe, I don't know if it works for NPCs.
Yeah, it works.
But when you jump off an object or a high position, you will automatically jump right to their feet, right at them if you're locked onto them. And yeah, that's obviously not good. I mean, that if you don't want to like, a lot of people use locks to keep. Some people automatically lock as a habit. Some people lock to keep, a good idea of where.
Track. For example, I lock because I don't want to kill a civilian, but it's really, like, for example, in ACB, you would see your target, you would lock them, and then you would run up a wall and then jump to, I don't know, a beam or a little wall, and then kill them to get an extra acrobatic bonus or whatever. Here you can't really do that, because the game, instead of jumping towards a building that is in front of you, or a box, or anything, it makes you jump to them, and that's just not
what you want to
do for the
game. Because yeah, we can get around the issue in a lot of situations by just unlocking the person and then relocking them mid-air while you're jumping, but that's a pain. And making things more complicated just to get one kind of kill, where it used to be I could just jump to this wall. Like, if we had a hallway and I'm running up I'm on a wall and the guy's on the other side of the hallway and he's like close to that wall, I could always just jump over, hold down B, grab onto that wall, and then do an acro onto him. But no, you can't do that. You would just jump straight to him.
Exactly.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, just, oh, look, he's here, let me kill him. Free kill. Nobody can handle that.
Yeah, it's really annoying. And I don't really know why they did it. Apparently they thought it was a way to help, I don't know who.
I have no idea how it would help anybody. I don't know. Even if I was after my target, I wouldn't want to jump right at him. I'm pretty sure I'd get smoked.
That in order to avoid this mechanic issue, whatever it is, that in order to do it, you have to avoid using the lock system. I don't think that's just good for games. Like, avoiding using a mechanic that is there to be used to have a better gameplay, it's just...
And you're already doing a lot while you're free running, so trying to unlock and lock somebody to avoid jumping at them is really tedious. It gets very tedious towards... But that's another thing we would like to see changed now. Maybe just gone at all. Gone. But it's really hard, and it's hard to work around, and nothing should be hard to work around.
Yeah, it's
but
like, there are some situations where you're just like, why is this happening? It's like, sometimes you have a rooftop, like for example in Virginia Plantation, you're in one of the roofs that are higher. There's two roofs that are really high, and you're supposed to jump to the one that is like lower, but it makes you jump towards the guy that's like under that house or roof or whatever. In some occasions it's really weird because your character jumps and then gravity is like, oh, I'm so fucking magical, and your character stops moving, and then he just goes down all the way. It's like doesn't look natural at all. It's like I don't
Yeah,
know what it's there.
it doesn't work out for anybody. But uh, all right. Well, let's look what's next on the list.
Yeah.
Okay, back ejects. Just wall ejecting in general. Um, yeah. So in ACB, when you needed to wall eject, all right, let's start off with the regular stride, without wall runner, which is the running up the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna call it the stride. So when you stride up the wall, mid stride, you're able to jump backwards by just pressing X or A. Just pressing it by itself, you're able to jump the other direction, like directly opposite of the opposing wall.
Yeah.
And on the top of your stride, you could also do that. And then you could also jump to the left or the right if you just moved your analog stick in whatever direction.
Yeah.
And so since ACR, now it's kind of weird. You have to hold down the analog stick to specify what direction you want to go in. And that, to me, that was a pain in the ass because sometimes I just wanted to go backwards exactly, and I'd rather have
just to press X. But now
I'd rather have just 3 cardinal directions, just backwards, left, and right, and that was useful. But now, I know definitely in AC3 when you do it, you end up back ejecting in a diagonal position and not anywhere you really want to go to. So I guess they tried to give us more freedom, but I think it just overcomplicated what was already kind of a complicated mechanic we were able to do.
Yeah, I guess like it's kind of good because you have more options, but at the same time, wall ejecting is such a simple thing, and it's just a little detail, and it's just a little move that people do to get away. So you don't really need that many options. In most of the situations, you just want to back eject backwards, and in rare occasions, mostly for like climbing up faster, you go to the right or to the left. But I've never really encountered a situation where I want to eject in like a diagonal position. I just don't see why it's needed. I guess it is good just because you have that freedom, but
I mean, it's not necessary, but overcomplicating a simple mechanic, it can be problematic. But yeah, like you said, I've never run into a situation where I really wanted to just wall eject diagonally.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go backwards or to the side and re-grab onto the same wall. Yeah, those kind of things. So it's just some things in a free running system.
I guess it would be better if it's just back to you don't not really needing to aim the direction of where you want to wall eject to. But
yeah, that's one thing.
That would be better, and just. Personally, I would like it to have just backwards and to the sides, and I feel like it's just better and more and easier for everybody to understand. But whatever. I don't think it's not really.
I mean, it's not necessary. It's not game breaking, but it is kind of
it's like those little
overcomplicated mechanic.
Like one of those little details that I feel like could make AC a lot better. But
yeah,
moving on.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is just climbing up walls in general. So a lot of times, when you climb up a wall, you might just get stuck there for no reason, no general reason whatsoever. You might just get stuck just climbing up a wall. You might get stuck on this window. And another thing that will happen is, I think a lot of us have encountered this, on the triangle pyramid-shaped rooftops that we have now. Here's a prime example. Grabbing an artifact on
Boston Harbor.
Boston Harbor?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to Boston North End is what I'm talking about.
Okay,
yeah. But you guys know that little not the deathmatch area, the other one, when you're grabbing the artifact from there, the little square rice.
Yeah, so Boston North End, you grab the artifact on the side that is opposite from deathmatch. And if you're running towards the middle of the map, there's a chase breaker. Right next to it, there's a little wall, a little roof that you can climb up and then climb up to the other one. That roof has a little, it's, the shape of it is triangle. So it's like, sometimes when you climb it, your character does this super slow animation.
Crabby kind of thing. They look like a little crab trying to
my
scuttle
leg is
up the top.
Oh no, my leg is not working, and then
So,
like super slow.
I don't know what is up with that, but that's very problematic in climbing. I don't know. That's something they can fix, but that gets that becomes a pain, especially since it slows you down.
I feel like it was a very bad way to encounter the whole new shape of rooftops. That it was just because of the era or the time that AC3 is on. The rooftops are like that. But I feel like it was a very bad way to work with the climbing animations on these little new shape roofs thingalings.
I mean, the way I see it is they can try to treat the edges of those triangle rooftops as something flat. I don't know, as a flat plane to make them be able to go up in one stride, but being stuck in a little scuttle position for a couple of point seconds, it does get detrimental to when you're grabbing the artifact and you can get the hell out.
Any mode, it can cost you your life and anything.
And we don't need any scuttles, especially on climbing up walls and getting stuck on windows. We don't need any scuttles when trying to get the fuck out of there. Just getting out of there is what we need.
Yeah. All right.
But okay, what else we got here? Oh, the fake gravity. Okay, so this kind of ties into what we talked about a little bit ago. Is the whole jumping at locks thing. I experienced this a lot. I would be jumping in air, and then it looks like I'm jumping normally, and then all of a sudden it looks like a huge gust of wind has pushed my character into a completely different direction. Like there's an arc it was supposed to follow, and I'm not sure if this is because I'm locked onto somebody. I'm not sure it's because I locked somebody mid jump, but it is really weird, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that.
It's just weird. It's like it just doesn't feel natural. And at the same time, it's really bad for like free running and like flanking it. For example, flanking a target on something like Artifact Assault where it's a constant chase. You want to flank your target most of the times, but if the fake ass gravity is gonna act on you and you're gonna end up jumping, it's like, oh, I'm jumping, and then whoop, you fall down. That's bad.
Yeah, I've jumped into a lot of areas I didn't want to jump in. I'm like, I don't want to be over here. What are you doing this to me, game? So
yeah,
I don't know. I guess there's some gravity issues.
Locked onto something.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the lock. It's a pain in the ass. That's all we can kind of say here. But yeah, that's just something we want to see going. All right, so another little thing that is very problematic, at least to a lot of people. So let me just start from how it is. In ACB, hanging on ledges, all you would have to do is go to the edge and press circle or B, and you would hang on the edge. You could also hold down RT or R1, and then you could grab behind you and grab the edge. Or was that something that you could only do in ACR? I cannot remember. You had to, because I remember you would have to jump from another object to another. Yeah, from one object to another, and then quickly jump down and then grab onto that ledge. Yeah. I'm not sure how. I can't remember how it works, but yeah. But the basic one of just being on the side and then pressing circle to get into that position. Yeah, it's changed. You guys know it changed. In AC3, you pretty much can't do that with any amounts of speed. Just regularly running to the side, because there is no jogging anymore. You pretty much you will just flop off from the slowing down animation from your full-on sprint. You'll just fall off the edge, or you
jump
will
all the way.
Yeah, or you'll just jump off. Yeah, so you can't really just stop, and then there is no stopping in this game. You start stopping with a slow stride, and then it doesn't do anything for you. So that's a pain in the ass. And every time I get into those positions, I pretty much get stunned somehow. I don't even know how it happens.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really weird because you can be on the ledge of a roof and you're spamming the living hell out of circle or
And
B,
they
and
won't go down?
you don't grab on the edge. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you could be looking over the edge, and I know they made it so it's like you can't do anything when there's a player near that edge, but sometimes you can be really far from that player and you're still not being able to grab onto the edge. And I don't understand what is up with that, and I don't understand what is making it so. Why wouldn't we be allowed to get on this edge if there's a player right next to it? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
There was no
I
problem
don't
with
know
that
why that's
before.
there.
And of course now we have the hold down A or hold down X to get the quick grab. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all great and dandy, but I don't know. There's a lot of issues that happen with grab kills now, and I don't know. It feels like it's changing drastically between each game. Even ACR was kind of different. So I don't know. They need to stay with something consistent. They like before being able to get onto the edges of rooftops quite fast by just running to them was nice. It was nice to have that quick stop and being able to just spam B or circle and
Yeah.
get on the edge.
And like something you
But
could do on ACB that actually look pretty cool is like you run towards the ledge of a rooftop, and then you quickly stop running and just jog towards the end of the wall, and then you just magically drop your smoke bomb on the ledge, and then you fall down, and it looks cool and whatever, and it was good and it worked, but here it's like, for example, if you're running and you want to confuse your pursuer, you might want to fall down and he will jump away because he's expecting that. But you can't really do that because here you have to stop on the edge and then fall down, and by that time you're gonna die.
yep, pretty much. It's like the jogging in the game served its purpose. It served a
Yeah,
big purpose. It allowed us that middle speed to do certain things, and the
yeah,
middle speed did not allow for automatic running up a wall or anything like that.
yeah. It,
So
it was just jogging.
it's a faster speed that isn't walking, but allows us to move, basically. And it doesn't make us run up walls.
Yeah,
So again, it's an important mechanic. I don't see why they needed to get rid of it. I mean, I could have lasted for a couple more games by just doing what some people do. Holding the controller like a crab and holding down A or X. You know.
yeah.
I mean, it worked for some people, and I think that also separated a lot of players, in skill base. It's like some players could do that. Some players, like, I know I couldn't really do the crab thing because, for one, it hurts my little delicate hands.
No,
But
yeah. I mean, like,
I'm able to control the camera very
yeah, I
fast with
remember,
quick
like in
movements.
ACB, like I was one of the players that would use the so-called claw,
The
because
claw!
the claw, because it was good. It made the game go a little bit faster, and it worked for me. At the same time, it, it it made it easier for me, but it didn't really mean that I was better than any other player. Because like Gizmo, for example, he never used the claw because he has girly hands, so he can't really he can't really do it. But I don't know. In AC3, I don't do it anymore because I just don't need it, and it just feels like everything is handed to me. It's just kind of
Yeah,
weird.
it's not nice.
Like I don't know. I would like to see the sprinting coming back because, like for example, it had that effect that sprinting didn't drain your detection meter as much as running did. So that was good. Sometimes you see your target, you need to get there, you need to get fast to them, but you cannot run, or you're gonna get a pretty bad kill. But here, I don't really know. There's no way to approach a target other
Yeah,
than
it's
fast
really
walking and being
problematic.
obvious and like knifing them and blah blah blah.
But okay, so last one in the overall free running mechanics kind of deal. So this is something very, very few of you knew about. In ACB, on certain maps, you're able to jump on the wall's geometry. That means you would side eject, and you'll be able to walk on that little bitty corner, that tiny little bitty corner. You see just pointing out of a wall. The one I always remember is the one that Ted did a shit ton. Is in Florence, one of those
Florence.
pillars in the middle area.
So yeah,
There
in
is
Florence.
yeah
So basically, in Florence, you had the main rooftop that was a big square in the middle of the map, and there were wires that connected to that roof. So what you could do is you would walk through the wire, jump off, and you could actually start climbing up midair on one of the towers of that rooftop, but it was only in that spot. It's like an
Yup.
ACB, you couldn't really do that. It was only that spot, and it was like a glitch, I guess. But on
So
AC3,
yeah,
it's
that
completely different.
AC3, it's returned in a big way. The one I remember is in Boston North End, is that one wall near the deathmatch area. You can actually do that a lot. All you'd have to do is run up the wall and then eject to the side, and you would easily be able to get a quick little step off the wall geometry, and you'd be able to either eject to the left, right, up, down, or whatever, or just run up the wall. So
Yeah,
that's something I'm not sure they did on purpose or anything like
it's like,
that.
or maybe it's like a consequence of the whole triangle rooftops, but I don't know.
But it's few walls. It's very few walls that are able to do that, and I'm not sure if they purposely do this, but just
But
so you
shit,
guys
be
know, it's
gone.
there.
Shit needs to be
Because
gone.
yeah, so I guess the moment we mention it, it's gonna be gone. But a lot of you guys don't know it's there. We like it, but I just for consistency, I don't know, maybe have walls purposely have it, or have walls not have it, or purposely do it so we can
Yeah.
know it's there, something like that. But I think that's all we have to cover for basic wall free running and junk.
Well, no, you're
What
forgetting
what?
one. You're
One
forgetting
more?
one. Yeah.
Okay. What
Okay,
what
so
is it?
there is another issue on AC3 that involves climbing up walls. So basically, the first animation that you have is your character running up the wall until they
That's
grab up on
right.
something.
Yep.
If you drop from that, your character will roll into the
Oh, I
building.
know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah,
So yeah, like you said, it's when you run up a wall. If you press forward on your analog stick, even though you are dropping straight down without any velocity whatsoever, any forward velocity, if you hold down forward while you touch the ground, you will roll. So in a lot of situations when you need to, I guess, reverse drop stun somebody, you just run
yeah,
up a wall and press B. Yeah, it would screw over your situation completely, only because you slightly pressed forward on the analog stick, or maybe you just held it down too long while you're falling or something like that. I hate that. They should know that our player is next to a wall and there shouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to roll because there would be no fucking room to roll. I'm
yeah.
sitting
And it's
here
like,
rolling in
yeah,
place.
it's like that's the main thing about it. Like, why am I rolling into a building? It's like, okay. It's like,
And then
I think
you're just dead no matter
yeah,
what because
that's
the
the
roll
thing
doesn't.
about a lot of AC3 mechanics. They just don't feel natural, and you're just like, why is this happening? This
Why am
doesn't
I
make any
rolling?
sense.
And then, not only with the roll, but you have those whole I can't do anything frames the roll puts you through. You can't kill, you can't be killed.
Yeah,
So at the end of the roll, you don't know what the hell is going to go down. But
yeah,
most likely it's going to
exactly.
be your
Because
death.
another mechanic that you encounter a lot is that when somebody is rolling after they jump off a rooftop, you cannot interact with them. If somebody's in the rolling animation, you cannot kill them or stun them. And if you're the one rolling, you cannot drop a smoke bomb or wipe or whatever. It's like, I
It's
don't.
pretty much like the hay bales. You're pretty screwed, but we'll
Yeah,
we'll talk about
we'll
that
talk about
somewhere
that
else.
later.
But is that are we all good? Cuz not
Yeah, I
sure
think
if
we're
there's
good
anything
for the
much.
first episode.
Yep. So guys, I
Ranting
hope
with
you
Gizmo Dragon.
enjoyed that rant. If you guys have any opinions at all, just throw them in the comments. Just remember, we're trying to make the game better for everybody. We're trying to make these mechanics fair. We're trying to make these mechanics, you just reward people for knowing how the game works.
Yeah,
And then that's how it should be. It shouldn't be making the game so automatic that you can just pretty much hold. I'm pretty sure everybody remembers these missions in I guess in Revelations. It pretty much started in Revelations where you just hold down
hold
RT
down
and
R. Yeah,
Ezio would go through this super cinematic cutscene, and you
like
wouldn't have to do
super
jack
big ass
diddly
cave
shit.
with like water and
All
rocks
these
falling down.
explosions,
And you're
people
like, oh
shooting
yeah, this is
things.
it's so easy. I'm just holding
Get the
down R1 and
assassin!
X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So we don't need that, especially in a multiplayer game that we hope to be competitive one day.
yeah, one day.
Hopefully. Because, we take pride in being good at this game, and we taken time out. We obviously have taken time out
Yeah,
to
we're
try to
so
be
good.
as best as we could, or best as we can. But
Yeah,
so next episode we will be trying to focus on kills, kill ranges, stuns, and other junk, etc. like that. And
yeah.
yeah, we'll just see where we go with that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. This is Gizmo Dragon here and
And
Santiago.
SantiagoTZ,
So he'll be with me throughout all these episodes, and we'll get to
sadly.
talk about everything. Oh,
Yay!
sadly, really.
All right.
But hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you later.
Peace out.